Good morning. Hi everyone. We're on a few minutes early as usual to make sure that everything's working well and sounding good and looks decent. So I think we are doing okay. I'm just gonna do this. All right, everything looks good. I hope you guys are ready. Hopefully I will see comments. All right. Hi. So today we are exploring some music and games and stories from Africa. Hi Erin, thanks for stopping by. So we're gonna give it one more minute and then we're gonna start. I'm just checking my phone to make sure everyone at Alvin Sherman can see me. Sounds like they can. Hi, Adriana. You guys, 1 minute. Oh, ooh, it's 10. I don't know. Should we just get started? I feel like we should just get started. So I'm going to put my phone down. Good morning, everyone at Alvin Sherman Library in Fort Lauderdale. Good morning, everyone who's watching from wherever you're watching from. I'm going to start with my ukulele. Let's get this guitar a little closer, don't you think? Yeah. We've got a few fun things for you guys today. But let's start with our usual warm-up. Let's rock our bodies from side to side. So today is jueves. So I'm going to say es jueves. It's time to sing hello. See if you can repeat after me. Es jueves, and time to sing hello. Your turn. Es jueves, and time to sing hello. Slightly different. Es jueves, I'm so happy to see you. Your turn. Es jueves, I'm so happy to see you. Hello to the girls, hello to the boys, hello to your grown-ups, so happy to see you. Hello, the librarians, hello to the teachers, hello to Alina, so happy to see me. Es jueves, and time to sing hello. Your turn. Es jueves, and time to sing hello. Es jueves, I'm so happy to see you. Your turn. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to see you. And I am happy to see you guys, everyone who's watching. I've noticed that when things start, I can't always see the comments right away, so I'm just going to make sure I'm going to scroll up. Yep, that's what happens. Ah, Liam and Amaya están bailando. That's so great to know. Liam and Amaya are dancing. So today we're going to Africa. Now, you know, the first week we did the Caribbean, and the African diaspora has a lot to do with Caribbean music. And then we went to North America, and what do you know? The African diaspora has a lot to do with the music in North America. So now we're in Africa. Diaspora, in case you don't know what that means. Diaspora means a group of people, often who were forced to leave their traditional homeland for some reason or other. In the case of many Africans, it was enslavement. And the diaspora describes the people with that heritage spread out over the world and the developments in their culture and the cultures that they become a part of. So it's like their influence on the cultures around them. And here in North America and in the Caribbean and in Latin America and Central America, we have a lot, a huge portion of our culture and our stories and our songs and our sounds comes from the African diaspora. So, ooh, it sounds like Dylan and Diego are watching and they're playing along with their guitar. I like that. I'm going to scroll this up a little to make sure it's working. Okay, it's working. So we're going to start with a song you might know. It's a really pretty song. I like it. Super simple, and it's in the Yoruba language. Now, Yoruba is a language spoken in a lot of countries in Africa, but it's often spoken in Nigeria. So you might know this song. That you don't know. That's wrong. This you know. I think it's really cool. This song is an example of the African diaspora also in the United States, because there's a song, a traditional American song, that has the same little melodic riff. In the Yoruba language, that melody is the same melody in Little Eliza Jane, which is a song that was born out of the African diaspora here in the United States. It's an African American traditional song. Isn't that cool how music stays through thousands of years, or at least hundreds of years? That Funga Alafia song is super, super old, and by our standards, so is Eliza Jane. So there you go. So let's do one more welcoming song. This one has a part for you guys. This is a song from the Akan language, and the Akan peoples are often in Ghana, but you know, countries are sort of I don't know the word I'm looking for. Countries are like imposed. Countries have these like really defined borders, like there's Canada and the United States, and the Akan people, for example, they don't just live in Ghana. They might live in Nigeria or other places, but for simplification purposes, we're going to say a lot of the Akan people and Akan languages are spoken in Ghana. So this song is a lot of fun. It's called Che Che Kole, and it's another, we're starting out with these examples of the African diaspora. It's another song that's really made its way into Western cultures. So I'm going to say something and I want you to repeat it. The first time I'll just do it all the ways for everybody, but and then you'll be repeating. So hopefully that goes well. So it goes Che Che Kole, Che Che Kole, Che Che Kufisa, Che Che Kufisa, Kofi Salanga, Kofi Salanga, Kaka Shilanga, Kaka Shilanga. And then I know a version that goes whoops, a lai lai, whoops, a lai lai. And I really like going whoops, so I leave it. So let's try it again now that I've sung it for you. So you guys are just going to repeat after me. So let's all tap our knees. Here we go. Che che cole. Che che copisa. Copisa langa. Kakashi langa. Whoops, a lai lai. Whoops, a lai lai. Che che cole. Che che copisa. Copisa langa. Kakashi langa. Whoops, a lai lai. Whoops, a lai lai. So we're going to play this like as a Simon Says copying. So that time it was just to make sure you learned it. So this time I'm going to do like movements when I say a phrase like che che cole. And I want you to try to copy my movements. Okay, ready? We'll start with the beat so we know what we're doing. Here we go. Che che cole. Che che copisa. Copisa langa. Kakashi langa. Whoops, a lai lai. Whoops, a lai lai. Hey, that was pretty good. Let's try it again a little faster. Ready? Che che cole. Che che cofisa. Cofisa langa. Kakashi langa. Whoops, a lai lai. Whoops, a lai lai. It's really strange to do this when I can't hear you guys. I just have to imagine your voices. So that song Che Che Cole is one of my favorites, and like I said, it comes it's in the Akan language, one of the Akan languages. It comes from Ghana, but that's a great example of a song that's really traveled the world. For example, one of my favorite versions of this song is actually a salsa song by Willie Colon. And it's sung by Hector Lavoe, and they were salsa kings in the 60s and 70s. So you should check that out. You can just look for Willie Colon, Che Che Cole. It's awesome. And then, just to like make us all celebrate music a little more, there's a wonderful band out of Africa called Antibalas, and they do a version of Che Che Cole as seen through Hector Lavoe and Willie Colon in the Makossa style of Cameroon, which is another country in Africa. And it's amazing. So Antibalas, Che Che Cole, also amazing. If you want to learn more about that song, because there's a lot more to learn, it's a really cool, really ancient song, you should check out Pankoko Jams. That's a blog that studies the African diaspora. And like we said, the African diaspora is people with a historical and ethnic background in Africa who have affected the cultures profoundly that they have become a part of. So Pankoko Jams studies the African diaspora and has a huge post about Che Che Cole and all the different iterations and versions of it. So you should check that out. So, and I can post that later if someone's interested. So anyways, let's do another song. This one is also probably an Akan song, but I couldn't find a definitive answer. And I posted this one during the week. It's called Obuisana. So what I was thinking is you guys can play Obuisana. Obuisana, whoever's watching. So if you have someone watching with you, like a brother or a sister, let me get a shaker so I can show you. If you have like a brother or a sister with you, or a mom or a dad or a grandma or grandpa or an aunt or an uncle or a cousin, you're going to pass a shaker to each other, like I do in the video. And you're going to try to pass to the beat. And I'll start with a slow beat, and then we'll see if we can speed it up. Let's do it here. Now that should give you a feel for the beat, right? So, we'll pass. question about Cheche Kole. I'll answer that after we do Obwisana. So see if you can pass a thing. Doesn't have to be a shaker. It could be anything. A pencil. Maybe not a pencil. A doll. A ball. A piece of paper. Ready? Obwisana sa na na. Obwisana sa. 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 Okay, let's speed it up. Obwisana sa na na. Obwisana sa. 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 I hope you had some good passing games there. Before I move on, Obwisana sana basically means, Grandma, I hit my hand with a rock, or I smashed my hand with a rock, which is funny. So somebody asked, on the Alvin Sherman page, someone said, what does Cheche Kole mean? So I looked that up, and it's hard to find a definitive answer. One of the reasons people think it's in the Akan language is that Kofisa, one of the other words in the song, is usually a boy's name. Many of the cultures in Ghana, you're named after the day you were born, and Kofi is Friday. And then someone else said that Salanga, Kofi Salanga, is a northern area, so it kind of means the boy named Friday from the north. Cheche Kole, I couldn't find something. A lot of people say it's like a welcoming song, also like, hey, how are you? But I don't have like a definitive answer for you. Sorry. If you want to look at Pink Coco Jams, she's got a lot about that. So like I said, I do know that Kofi is Friday, a boy born on Friday. And that was kind of the most definitive thing I could find. Sorry. So, I brought something else related to the African diaspora. This is my banjo lele. Now the banjo, the musical instrument, the banjo, which nowadays is really associated with American bluegrass and country music, actually was born in Africa. In Western Africa specifically, there's an instrument just like, very similar to the banjo. It changed a little when it came here to the United States. This one is in fact a banjo and a ukulele mixed together. So we're going to do one of my favorite songs and stories in the whole world. I'm going to sing the song for you real quick, and then I'll tell you the story. So, Abiyoyo is in a language called Tosa. Now, it's a click language, and I'm not very good at pronouncing click languages, but it's a Bantu language from South Africa. Tosa. That was probably terrible. So, this song, Abiyoyo, is a super old lullaby. And Pete Seeger, a very famous folk musician from the United States, he went to South Africa and he learned this song in Xhosa, and he read about it and he learned about it, and he heard that it was a lullaby that was part of a very old story in South Africa about a monster who eats people. And so the people get the monster dancing, and then it falls down and the parents get rid of it. So Pete Seeger, when he went home to his kids, he started telling them this story, and it grew and grew and grew and became a really famous story. So now I'm going to tell you my version of the Abiyoyo story, and hopefully it will encourage you to look up more versions of the Abiyoyo story and some of the wonderful other stories that come out of South Africa and the Xhosa people, but also Ghana and Nigeria and Cameroon and all those wonderful places that have history and culture that affect the whole world. So, the story of Abiyoyo. So, once upon a time, there was a little boy and he loved to play his banjolele. We're going to use banjolele because it's one of my favorite things. So he liked to play his banjolele, but the truth is he needed a lot of practice and he wasn't very good. All day long, he would go around town going, and I'm pretty sure you can imagine what the grown-up said, but just in case you can't, this is what they said. Get that thing out of here! And still, he would go around. And people would be like, stop! Get that out of here! Stop with that noise! But that wasn't the only issue. The boy's dad, he was kind of annoying too. He got in trouble for a different reason, not horrible loud noises. The boy's dad got in trouble because, well, he was a magician and he had a magic wand. Now, I'm going to pretend that my finger is a magic wand. So if anyone's watching, you go ahead and pretend your finger is a magic wand with me because we're going to do some magic now. So the father, he had a magic wand and he could do tricks and he was a really good magician, but he was really annoying about it. He would play tricks on people because what he would do is he would take his wand and would go zoop zoop and he would make things disappear. Just take his wand and go zoop zoop and make things disappear. You guys try it. Everyone take your finger and let's try to make something disappear in the room. Let's see if we have any magic. I'm going to try to make the avocado disappear. Zoop zoop! Didn't work. Anyway, he could make it work. So he'd go around and be really annoying. Like some nice person would be, I don't know, drinking a glass of water because they were really thirsty. And he'd come up and zoop zoop, make the glass disappear. Now what happens if you've got a glass full of water and then the glass disappears? That's right. Water all over your shirt. I don't know about you guys, but I do not like having a wet shirt. So people will be like, hey, get out of here. That was so mean. Or somebody might be like sawing wood, doing some hard work. Like, why don't you saw wood with me? Yeah, just sawing wood, doing their work. And up comes the dad with his magic wand. Ready? Get your magic wand ready. Zoop, zoop. No saw. How can the man do his work with no saw? He can't! Then, that's not even the worst thing that the dad did. The dad really was not very considerate of other people. Okay? Some nice person, now I'm going to get up from my seat so I can show you how this goes. Some nice person might go to sit down in a chair after a hard day's work, you know, and they'd be like, I'm so tired. I'm going to sit down on this chair. And the dad would come up and go, zip, zip. And the person would go to sit and there'd be no chair. He'd go, zip, zip, no chair. Ah! Oh, that's right. Now, I was just doing that on purpose, so I'm fine. But can you imagine if you went to sit down on a chair and then suddenly the chair disappeared? You could hurt yourself. So you know what? After a while, people just got sick of the dad and his noisy son, and they said, you know what? You get out of here too. Take your magic wand and your tricks and your kid and his banjolele and get out! So the dad and the son were ostracized. That's as big a word as diaspora. Ostracized means that they basically had to go far away and live on the edge of town, and they couldn't hang out with anyone anymore. No more neighbors, no more cousins and friends, all by themselves. But that's what happens when you're not considerate of the people around you. People are like, hey, I don't want to hang out with you. So the dad and the son went to live in a little cabin far away by themselves, and they were really bummed about it. But the son did a lot more practice on his banjolele without people, you know, constantly telling him to be quiet. So anyway, in this town, the old people used to like to tell stories. And they especially like to tell stories about the days when there were giants. Big, scary giants. And they especially like telling the story of a giant called Abiyoyo. Now, they said this giant Abiyoyo was bigger than a tree. Yeah. He was so big that he could eat people up. And And they used to tell scary stories about him, like coming and crashing houses and like stealing people's cows. Oh no! But no one believed the stories, right? Because they were just stories. And sometimes it's fun to be a little bit scared. So they would tell these like little bit scared stories about the giant Abiyoyo. That was a scary story. Good night. But here's the thing. One day, the sun rose blood red over the hills. See, I have hills right there. Imagine a blood red sun coming up. And people woke up. And they heard and felt the ground shake like an earthquake. They said, "What is that?" And so they went to look out their windows. And a shadow rose before the sun. A big, scary shadow. And the people said, "Oh no! Abiyoyo is coming! Ah!" And all the women said, "No! Ah!" And all the men were like, "Ah!" And they fainted away. They were so scared. Oh, what do we do? Meanwhile, the boy and his father were also waking up in their little cabin, far from everyone else. Ooh, stretching. Ah. And the boy kind of felt that shaky ground, and so he looked out the window, and he went, "What? Hey, there's a shadow in front. Hey, Pa? Hey, Pa, what's that? What is that behind you?" And his father came up, and he looked out the window, and he said, "Oh, son! Oh no, that's Abiyoyo! Oh, we're in trouble now." And then Abiyoyo started coming closer to the town. Walking. He came to a sheep field, and he grabbed a whole sheep. And he ate it. Then he came to the cow field, and he picked up a whole cow in his big old hand. And he ate the cow. And the people were like, "Run for your lives! Abiyoyo is coming! Run!" Meanwhile, the boy and his father were looking out the window, not sure what to do. And the father said, if I could just get Abiyoyo to lie down, I could make him disappear with my magic wand. Everyone get your magic wand as a practice. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Zip, zip! So the son, he was a smart kid. And he took a look at his banjo-lele and he was like, "Got an idea. Come with me, Pa." So he grabbed his dad by the hand, and his dad grabbed his hand for strength, They had to hold each other's hands so that they felt brave. And they did. They felt super brave. So they threw back their shoulders, put up their chins. This is how you look brave, in case you were wondering. I'm brave. And they went marching across the fields towards Abiyoyo. And all the people said, "What are you doing? Are you crazy? He'll eat you alive!" But the son and the father, they knew what they had to do. So they came up to Abiyoyo, and there he was. Super scary. He had huge, long fingernails because he never cut them. Ew. And he had slobbery teeth because he never brushed his teeth. That's a gross, slobbery teeth sound. And he had yucky, matted up hair because he never combed his hair. And stinky feet because he never washed his feet. And he saw the boy and the father, and he raised up his claws to eat them. And right then, the boy whipped out his banjo-lele, and he went, "Abiyoyo, Abiyoyo, 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 Abiyoyo." And all that practice paid off because it was like a really pretty song. And Abiyoyo stopped. And then a foolish grin went across his face. This is how you make a foolish grin. You put up your mouth and you go, Because you know what? Abiyoyo had never heard a song about himself before, and he liked it. So he started to dance. So the boy, he kept playing. Abiyoyo, 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 giant dance. Abioyo, 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 abioyo. So the boy kept playing. Abioyo, and he started playing faster. Abioyo, abioyo, abioyo. Faster, the giant abioyo danced faster and faster. Abioyo, 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 abioyo. And as he danced faster and faster and faster, he started to get out of breath. Abioyo, abioyo. And he staggered. Abioyo, 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 abioyo. And then he fell down flat on the ground. And up comes the father with his magic wand. Everyone get your magic wand. Zup, zup. Abioyo disappeared. And all the people in the town looked out and they said, oh, yes, Abioyo's disappeared. Yay! And then they said to the father and the son, come back to town. Bring that darned ukulele. We don't care anymore. Woohoo! And so they got the father and the son and they put them on their shoulders and everybody sang the Abioyo song. Let's all sing it together. Abioyo, 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 and from that day on, everybody in the town learned that song and sang it just in case Abioyo came back. But over the years, things changed, as things often do, and it became a lullaby. So let's sing it one more time as the gentle lullaby that it is this very day in South Africa. Abioyo. Story of Abioyo. I hope you liked it. There's a wonderful book with really great illustrations of Abioyo that you should check out of your local library. It's called Abioyo, and the author is Pete Seeger. So I hope you guys really liked that song and enjoyed learning some of the beautiful, interesting songs and names from Africa. I can't say them very well. Cheche Kole and the language, the Yoruba language from Nigeria, and Xhosa. It's spelled Xhosa, but it's a click language, so it's like Xhosa. I'm not very good at pronouncing it, but I'm trying, and that's the important thing when you're learning a new language, is that you try your best. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next week, Asia! We're going to Asia next week, and I think, but I'll let you know. And then if you, someone asked a question, ¿alguna canción de Puerto Rico? So I do know some songs from Puerto Rico. I did the Caribbean on the first week, and there are some songs in Spanish there. And I will be going to South America and Central America, and you'll learn that a lot of the songs from Puerto Rico are songs that are also in Argentina or Chile or Mexico. It's pretty fun how the cultures spread and change, and there's different versions. So also, hi, Callan and Dylan. So, let's sing our goodbye song, and I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye to you, goodbye to you. We've sung, we've danced, and now we're through. I'll miss you, but I'll see you soon. So goodbye, goodbye to you. Adios, amigos, adios, amigas. Bailamos, cantamos y terminamos. Los extrañaré. next week, same time, same place, different region of the world. Thanks, everybody.